The following program contains coarse language and nudity. Viewer discretion is advised.
And now it's time for the Sports Brawl. Without any further ado, here are your hosts, Cece and Keith.
Welcome, everybody, to another exciting edition of the Sports Bras, the number one sports podcast in Rendon, number two, Louisville, but always number one in your hearts. I am, of course, your host, the unofficial official mayor of Rendon, CC, and joining me today, the man, the myth, the legend is back where he belongs. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome back Mr. Keith. How's it going, Keith?
Going tremendous.
It's doing tremendous. I'm assuming you watched last week's show with the your co-host that took your spot yesterday or last week.
Oh, yeah, it was.
It was absolutely tremendous. I'm telling you, ratings through the roof.
A lot of people are saying the greatest show ever made last week. A lot of people are saying it.
Yeah, it was quite interesting. I'm telling you that much. But glad to have you back. How's fatherhood treating you?
I mean, I'm tired
Yeah.
a lot.
Haven't had a haircut
Hygiene's
in a while.
My hygiene's gone like downhill pretty bad. A lot of poopy diapers, a lot of crying,
Yeah,
but
Mhm.
pretty freaking sweet.
It is pretty sweet, ain't it?
I love
Pretty
it.
sweet being a dad. And
It is.
special birthday shout out. You want to give a special birthday shout out to somebody
do.
today?
My oldest stepson, Landon, is turning the big 1/6 today. Scary day in this house.
Watch out, highway people.
I'm telling you.
Be
drivers
on the
beware.
lookout, drivers. He is on the loose.
Pretty
Well,
amazing.
Yeah, that is. It's
16, bro.
Damn.
16. Do you know how old that makes me feel?
A lot.
Very old.
A lot of
Yeah,
old.
your little man's getting there, bro.
I
You're not
know.
too far away
He's,
from that,
I
too.
know. He's 12 and 13. Here it comes November, you know.
Ugh.
So let's see. Well, let's briefly talk about what went down since you haven't been on the show. Of course, we all know about the assassination attempt on Donald Trump.
Wait, why you do this?
What?
Why you do this? That's what it was, an assassination attempt. This is not what. This isn't necessary. Okay.
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know. It's a lot of people are saying that it could have been just a BB gun. I'm not real sure.
Oh my God, no. Okay.
No, but yeah. So what? Give me your 2 cents on this whole ordeal.
Well, I can start by saying, not the conspiracy
No,
music. No, what
turn it
happened happened. Okay.
First and foremost, let me tell you, it was Hillary Clinton and the Illuminati playing this.
Now, political violence is not the way to go about politics in general. Okay?
Right.
Everything I've seen about this kid was a registered Republican, shot him with an AR, with the same gun the Democrats have tried to outlaw. I saw a lot of people on there saying that it was divine intervention that saved Trump, but I guess God just pushed Trump out of the way to hit an innocent bystander. I don't know. It's a sick, twisted move by God, but
Yeah. Well,
all in all, man, I think it's a terrible thing that happened. And regardless of my thoughts on who I vote for and whatnot, there's no room for that in this country, man. That's how you become a third world country, man.
true that.
We try to teach other countries to have democracy, and yet here we are. We're back to what year was it that Kennedy was assassinated?
63. 63. Yeah.
Hey, man, we should have come a long way from there, but I guess we're right back to it. So
Yeah.
it's a mess.
And then he showed up at the Republican National Convention with a
God.
bandage on his ear, but the one who stole the show, I believe, at the Republican National Convention was the one and the only Hulk Hogan. I want to play you this video, brother, just because it's so hilarious. Here we go.
When they took a shot at my hero,
Listen, dude.
and they tried to
Stay away
kill
from my daughter.
the next president of the United States, enough was enough. And I said, let Trump-a-mania
Surprisingly, he still can rip the shirt. He's like 80 now, ain't he?
Yeah, but he's in pretty good shape.
He's in
for his
pretty good
age,
shape. Yeah, well, steroids comes a long ways. I don't,
Listen, dude.
And then the week later, we find out that President Joe Biden is dropping out of the presidential race, and rumors and innuendos suggest that Kamala Harris is going to take his place. We don't not 100% confirm because I think they're going to announce it at the Democratic National Convention, I believe. So things can change, but what a wild week or wild 2 weeks. It's just the world that we live in now, right?
Yeah, I mean it's kind of a sick place we're at right this second. I don't know, man. I just
Senate 180 years ago.
There's old
it's true.
Flip.
He was. Yeah.
There's old
180
Flip.
years ago.
180.
I mean, look, man. The Democrats. Look, I'm not on either side. Okay, all I'm gonna say is that the Democrats made the right move, aka Joe Biden stepping down.
They had to have, man.
They had to, because anybody else that they put up there will do 1,000 times better in a debate than
Yeah,
what
he
Joe
was
Biden
so
did.
awful in that debate, man.
It was sad, man.
Yeah.
It made me picture like what my grandfather or somebody up there trying to like have a debate with someone who's not even that much younger than him.
I have no
but
idea what he said. He probably doesn't even know what he said either.
It was sad, man.
Yeah.
Like I watched that, and after that, I'm pretty sure I texted you, and I was like, "Oh, it's done, bro. Like it's done. Democrats are done. Republicans are gonna win this." Now it's kind of more of an even scale, but now they're gonna attack Kamala Harris's character and say she slept her way to the top. She's a DEI hire. Like they're gonna race bait her and make her sound terrible. Yeah, it's gonna be sad.
I
Man.
need to bring this guy back.
That's the guy I'd vote for. I would vote for him right this second, bro. Like, and to think the things he did were outlandish and crazy at the time, they'd be perfectly normal now.
Yeah,
You
you're right.
literally can get away with just about anything right this second if you are a politician, and it blows my mind, man. I don't know.
Yeah. Well,
Sad.
let's get into the sports talk now because
Oh,
that's
yeah.
what we are. We are a sports podcast.
How about the Rangers, bro?
Damn. Well, hang on. We'll get to them in just a second. Let's get to the NFL though. Training camp is right around the corner. Training camp is actually starting. And as we know, being Cowboy fans, CeeDee Lamb is still on a holdout. He's looking for that big contract. He wants to be assured that he is on a, that he's set for life. Speaking of set for life, man, when I saw this and I told you about this, I knew once I saw this that this may be the last season for Dak Prescott.
Yeah.
And I will say this because the Packers gave Jordan Love a 4-year, $220 million contract. Now, if you're Dak Prescott, you are not wanting that contract. You obviously want more. The problem is Jerry is not going to give you more. So could this be the last year that we see Dak Prescott in a Dallas Cowboys uniform?
I mean, most likely, yeah. I'm sorry, but they held out. They held out when they should have paid him, and now it's going to come back and haunt them because now any kind of contract negotiations is going to be through the roof.
The contracts for quarterbacks just keep going up. I mean, it started Tua. Listen, I love me some Tua,
Yeah.
but I don't know if he's worth 4 years, $212 million. I believe his contract was that the Dolphins gave him. And then Jordan Love, who, had a good, decent year last year.
That That's your guy, bro. What are you talking about?
Jordan Love, man. I don't know, man. It's. I
Huh?
think as a pack, the Packers, with Favre and Rodgers, and now I guess they're anointing Jordan Love as the next one.
Yeah.
But man, $220 million though.
Look, dude, none of those guys are worth that amount of money except for Patrick Mahomes. Okay.
Right.
But Jordan Love, you kind of convinced me there. And then I watched him play in the playoffs. That guy might be the real deal, man. He's athletic. He throws crazy back foot throws. Like, he's accurate as hell. He can run. Like, he's a pretty good quarterback. And if you're going to pay a guy, you see somebody like that, you think can run your organization for the next 5 to 10 years, okay, he's worth that money, because in 2 or 3 years from now, they're looking at $300 million for a contract for these guys.
Right.
It's crazy right this second.
So let's say you're Jerry Jones. You got CeeDee Lamb holding out. You got a potential franchise quarterback in Dak Prescott who wants a contract extension as well. You got a guy who's probably can be one of the greatest linebackers or defensive rushes in the NFL, and Micah Parsons, who wants another contract here soon.
Yep.
A lot of money to be dished out. What do you do if you're Jerry Jones? Do you pay all three? Do you let them walk? What do you do?
Well, if I'm Jerry, dude, I look at it like this. He's put a product out on the field for the last 25 years, good or bad. People keep coming back and watching. I say you let all three of those guys walk. If you can't come to a reasonable amount of money, let them all walk. Because the teams that are having success now, dude, are the guys that are just drafting well, using those players for the first 3 to 4 years before contract negotiations come up, trying to get, a couple playoff wins in there, maybe even a Super Bowl run. We're not going to do that with this team. We've seen now for how many years what Dakota can do.
Right.
We're not winning a Super Bowl with him, dude. I'm sorry. And it's not all his fault. It's not. But you're not winning a Super Bowl. You didn't win shit last year when you had all three of those guys out there.
Right.
What's going to make this next year any different, bro?
Right. Yeah. And the so-called experts are predicting that the Cowboys may finish third in the division this year.
Washington made some.
Washington's
great
could be a really good team to watch out for. Let's say in December, Cowboys are pretty much out of it. Okay. Scenario. Do you bench Dak and see what Trey Lance has?
No, I don't think they'll do that. I mean, I would like to see what he can do.
Well, reports are in the first week of training camp. He's got a great arm. He's not accurate.
We already knew that.
Yeah.
That was him coming out of college. We already all knew that. So that's not shocking to hear that in the least bit. But, do I think he's the future of this franchise? No, I don't. I think at some point the Cowboys are going to have to either run the table backwards and finish pretty close to last, and then draft a quarterback, and run with that, or find a guy in the 3rd, 4th, 5th round that, a Dak Prescott, Tony Romo. That's how you build your team. You can't pay a quarterback $300 million and still expect to have all the pieces around him. The only team I've seen do that is the Kansas City Chiefs, and that's because their quarterback is on a different kind of level. He's an elite player who can – it's got that Tom Brady vibe where you come into the situation, everything – they can't really build around you because they don't have the money, but they're going to plug in some receivers randomly, and you turn those guys into household names.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the same thing that Peyton Manning did, same thing that Tom Brady did, same thing Patrick Mahomes did if you really think about it. That's how you win in this league if you're going to pay the quarterback.
Yeah.
Cowboys can't do that, man.
Cowboys can't do that. Not with CD wanting a contract and Micah is going to be wanting a contract here soon. I mean,
let CD walk for sure. I'm sorry.
You would let CD walk over Dak?
Yes, dude. No, I don't want either one of them personally. I like both of
Listen,
them.
I want CD just because he won me the championship in fantasy league last year.
I get it. I get that. But dude, really, man, he's got some alligator arms in there sometimes too, man. He misses some passes, and he's got that mentality, that Dez Bryant type mentality. You don't get him involved early and quick. He kind of checks out. I don't know. I like CeeDee Lamb. I'm not trying to dog him in any way whatsoever. He's an elite player. But like, is he worth 25? I don't know, man. I just don't see that. I don't see it.
The other news at a Cowboy camp: Michael Gallup officially retires.
Yeah, what did we do the year before? Give him a contract.
Give him a huge contract to come back with
Coming off an ACL tear, you
with
bring him back,
no
what do you do?
ACL in his kneecaps. Yeah.
Damn, he can't jump anymore.
Mm-mm.
What are y'all doing? That's the
Mm-mm.
kind of shit that tells me this team will never win another championship, man.
Yeah.
You pay a guy coming off an ACL tear whose main attribute is going up and getting the ball. Yeah, let me pay that guy. Let me sign him. And then what does he do? He retires a year later.
Retires a year later.
Out of here, man.
Ridiculous. All right, so we are just around the corner of some football here. It's very exciting season. I get pumped up when football starts. Early predictions. Let's hear it. I know there's been a lot of moves over the off season. Russell Wilson, Justin Fields are now Pittsburgh Steelers. Who would have thought that? Just a lot of moving and shakers. I will say the Chiefs somehow make it to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
But I don't think they three-peat. But the team in the NFC is, obviously the favorites are going to be the 49ers again. Or perhaps with Saquon Barkley going to Philadelphia, it could be the Eagles. Your prediction, who do you see coming out of the AFC and NFC? And do you have a surprising team that could shake and possibly defeat the Kansas City Chiefs?
I do, on both sides. Okay, so I have my locks that I believe are probably the guys that are going to make it there. Okay, Kansas City, of course, from the AFC is a team that I like. But a sleeper team that I could see bouncing back and having an amazing season, I like the Chargers this year a little bit, man.
Well, Jim Harbaugh.
I know they lost some pieces, but Harbaugh's got this thing about him where he takes these young cats and they still have this college mentality, and he's able to bring it together like he did in San Fran, dude, like he did with Michigan. He does that well with these guys. I think that they turn the thing around because you got a quarterback who, in my opinion, is going to be an elite player.
Right.
I think he's a great player. Herbert, the pervert.
Well, I mean, he is because of where he came from.
Play the drop.
I mean, he came from Oregon.
That's right. Well, I know that, but I think the Chargers are a really good team. I'm kind of with you on the NFC side. Exactly. On the NFC side, I like what you're saying with Philly. I think they automatically are a contender.
Right.
I think that they are well coached. They're a running back. They've got a pretty good quarterback. They got some decent receivers. There's a lot of pieces in place for them to make a run. The team I want to say watch out for, not only do they play in a shitty division, but they've made some moves this offseason. I like the Atlanta Falcons to try to do something this season, man.
Yeah.
Kirk Cousins, bro.
Kirk Cousins.
I don't know. I don't
Torn
know,
Achilles
man.
and all.
Look at the depth he has. Look at the receivers. Drake London. Come on, bro.
Yeah.
They got a shot to do something. That's my sleeper pick from the NFC. But
I got obviously San Fran, Philadelphia I can throw in that mix in the NFC.
Yeah, those are for sure. You know that.
I
right?
I would not throw out Green Bay either. Either three will be great. AFC side though, here's the sleeper team that I want you to watch.
Raiders.
No. The Texans. The Houston Texans
sleeper,
are going to be an elite team this year. They you saw little bits of it last year. Yep. But I mean, I think they take the ultimate jump this year and they could surprise everybody and I think that team could beat a Kansas City Chiefs in a playoff game.
I agree. I 100% agree. I didn't forget about them when we were talking about it, but there's certain teams from the AFC that I think we both can be on the same page saying they got a good shot at making there. Houston, in my mind, was already one of those teams.
Yeah.
Baltimore Ravens are one of those teams. The Kansas City Chiefs are one of those teams.
So many good teams in the AFC, man.
The Chargers really aren't a team that anybody is looking at because of how pathetic they played last season. That's my long shot.
Right.
In the NFC, like I said, with Atlanta, that division is so crappy every single year.
It's so crappy.
They just got to win 8 to 9 games and they're in, dude.
Yeah.
8 to 9 games, you got a playoff spot. So that's my team. But of course, San Fran, Philly are pretty much locks to be there as well.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's move on and get on to the Texas Rangers. Here we go.
Are you going to lead with the Jacob deGrom news?
I am.
Oh,
Jacob
God.
deGrom,
Give up
of
on
course, pitching off the mound. He did 30-something pitches, said he felt great. He's about to face some live batters next week.
Whoa.
And it could be pretty soon that we could see Jacob deGrom in a Rangers uniform again. I think he's definitely going to pitch this year. And maybe late August, September. But man, how great would it be? And the Rangers are winning now, and they're I think they're 2.5 games behind the Astros in the division. Oh, they're 3 now. They're 3 games behind the Astros in the division, and it's still close. And trade deadline is this Tuesday, and the Rangers are saying that they're going to be buyers. They're looking to add to that lineup. Here's another thing. Josh Young did an assignment in Frisco, looking good. He's going to be coming back. Evan Carter, not so much. However, if you get everybody back and you can throw a Jacob deGrom in there during the playoff run, bro, like, I got a good feeling with the Rangers on this one. I really do.
I'm with you. I got a good feeling about him too, but it has nothing to do with Jacob deGrom. I'll tell you that right now.
It'd be nice to have him on there. That's all I'm saying.
He's not even going to make it through the season again, bro. I'm being real with you. He never does, man. You've been saying this shit for 2 years now, bro. He's not going to make it. Look, I bet you anything. Within the next 2 weeks, we're going to hear about tenderness, soreness in the elbows. He threw live pitches. He threw 25 pitches. Whoa, buddy. He's coming along. He's got tenderness in the elbow.
That's him throwing his arm out.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like every season. But I'm with you on how they've been looking, because between Evaldi, Scherzer, and Andrew Heaney, man, give this guy a little bit of credit.
He struggled at the beginning of the season, but I tell you what, in the last few months or last couple months, he's been really, really good. He still gives up the home run ball, but man, he buckles down after that, and he's just on fire. He battles. He's good. He's good, but he's just, I can't fully trust him yet. You know what I mean? I fully can't, because he can turn into the Andrew Heaney of the beginning of the year when he was just giving up fucking bombs. Nah,
I don't see it, man. The problem with him is he never gets any run support when he pitches. It's
That's
okay
true.
if you give up a bomb here and there, but if you're only scoring 1 run that game, then yeah, that's a problem. I think the rotation is solid. Where I think the Rangers should be buyers is that middle relief guy. We need us a 6, 7, 8 guy in there, because right now I like Urias. I think's his name. He's a decent guy, man. But who else?
Yeah.
If you're going to rely on Dane Dunning, then we have a problem.
No disrespect to Dane Dunning. He's a good pitcher. He's a good piece, but he can't do it all the time.
I like Lorenzen too, though. I think Lorenzen's a good pitcher, man.
Yeah, I do too.
I think they got something here, and what they really need is they need Garcia's bat to come alive, man. That's part of the issue. He's been dead this entire season, and I know he hit a bomb the other day, but it's either a bomb or a strikeout. This is like
Nelson Cruz.
It's like Nelson Cruz. Well, I would take Nelson Cruz over Adolis Garcia right now, man. I just don't like that middle part of the lineup. Look, Simeon solid, Seager solid. Like low, decent batter, but that Garcia losing Evan Carter was huge.
And the fact that he has a setback is just not what the Rangers want to hear. But
they got time.
Yes, you're right. They do have time.
Get them back before the playoffs.
What do you think of the All-Star game? Those hideous jerseys.
I think Shohei Ohtani hit a bomb like you wouldn't believe in that All-Star game. That guy's incredible, man.
He is incredible.
But what do you think? He's going to be worth the money.
What do you think of them jerseys, honestly?
Well, the jerseys were kind of ugly.
Hideous.
Well, I don't know about hideous.
I don't know. I don't know why. Go back. They need to go back. They need to go back to where it was. Have their own jerseys That way we know who the hell it is. You know, if they have the same jersey on, you don't know half the guys. It's like, who the hell is that?
You know what they need to do?
Hmm.
They need to make jerseys great again.
I'm telling you.
I'm telling you, make the All-Star.
Star jersey
Well,
great again.
Trump last week, he did say that they're absolutely hideous, and he didn't like the jerseys at all. So,
Yeah, I love them.
Yeah. Well,
I thought they were tremendous.
I bet you did. All right, so I want to do this real quick, and then we'll get to CC's wild ass videos. Let's debate. College football is around the corner, okay? And I did indeed get NCAA 25 on my PS5, and it is absolutely incredible. If you get a chance to get NCAA 25, get it. But I want to ask you, who is the GOAT of college football? You got so many players back in the day. Who in your mind is the GOAT of college football? I know you're going Vince Young. You have to.
I mean,
yeah.
Reggie Bush is up there too.
Reggie Bush. I mean, there's so many guys that just dominated. And I mean, you could throw Cam Newton's one year that he dominated in there, but
Joe Burrow dominated in there too.
that's the one I was going with is Joe Burrow. But my all-time GOAT of college football, you know who I'm going with on this one.
Are you going with an Oregon Duck? Mariota?
The one, the only Marcus Mariota. Heisman Trophy winner Marcus Mariota, I believe, is the GOAT of college football. Your take.
I mean, look, yeah, he had a hell of a run in college football. And you know how I feel about my Samoan brother. But come on, bro. I think
Although he did not win a national championship, I am still heartbroken on that. I honestly, Mariota, he's one of my all-time favorites. That's why I got like 3 Oregon jerseys sitting over there with Mariota's name on it. But yeah, no, going back, you think about a Matt Leinart, Reggie Bush, Vince Young. Hell, you could throw Michael Crabtree in there. Graham Harrell, for crying out loud. I mean, these guys had a tremendous college football season. I'm just trying to figure out the ultimate college football player. In the NFL, we have Tom Brady as the GOAT. Who in college football is the GOAT?
Bo Jackson.
Bo Jackson is a good one too, man.
Oh, Herschel Walker.
Herschel Walker is another Auburn. Man, Auburn has some good running backs,
Auburn's
man.
producing them, bro.
I'm telling you, Cam Newton.
I like your call with Cam Newton. I think that's pretty solid.
But he only had 1 year. He only had 1 year.
I know.
I'm talking about, the smart on Cam because he struck the pot when it was hot. He knew, hey, I better, I just created probably the best season all around. I'm going to strike it while it's hot and get in the NFL and get some money. If we're going on here's the problem. Most of these guys don't go on a 4-year run. They go maybe 1, 2, and then they're in the draft.
That's why you got to go back to like the 80s and 90s if you really
Peyton Manning in Tennessee.
Hey, Baker Mayfield.
Baker
had a nice
Mayfield.
run in college, bro. There's a lot of guys that had good runs in college. But I'm talking about a 4-year stint in college.
Sam Bradford.
Of total, bro. He is broken in every spot you could be broken.
The smartest man ever.
I got it.
I
already know it. Timothy Tebow.
Oh.
Has to be.
It has to be. It has to be.
Because if it's not him, it's Vince Young. But, they both incredible. But Tim Tebow, what was he, 3 years, 4 years?
Yeah.
Dominant and brought a team that probably shouldn't have been there to there.
I think you're right. I think you're right on that. It has to be Tebow, right?
Tebow,
it has to be Tebow.
I'm going with Tebow. Final answer.
Man, you may be right. What about Derrick Henry?
Derrick Henry had a nice run too. I thought about that when we were talking a second ago, but just from overall winning the championship, being basically, if you're not on that team, this team has no shot at winning. I really think Tebow's that guy, man. I don't know how you could put anybody else above him right now. Like I said, Baker had a great run. Cam Newton had the great year. Jerry Rice was good in college. I mean, there's a lot of guys that dominated in college, but I really think the most polarizing of those guys is Tim Tebow, bro. Has to be. So many people telling him he couldn't do it.
Yeah.
And look at him, bro. He dominated. And then he went to the NFL and still was told he couldn't do it. Won a playoff game.
True.
R.I.P. Tom.
I don't think I can top that. I think you're right. I think it's got to be Tebow.
I don't think there's anyone else, man. When you ask somebody, I think if you ask globally, who's your favorite college player of all time, I think Tebow would probably get more votes than anybody else. I think you get a lot of people in Texas saying Vince Young because that national championship, bro. Holy shit. One of the greatest games I've ever watched in my life.
Which one? Oh,
Vince
USC, Texas.
Yes.
Yeah.
One of the greatest games I have ever watched. Hey, you know who else had a really good season? Andy Dalton. That's your guy, bro. That's your guy, fellow.
I mean, that year and they went to the Rose Bowl, against Wisconsin and beat Russell Wilson down and took the championship. That no one had TCU going anywhere. But yeah, that was a special year. That was a special year. But yeah, going back to Tebow, man, I think that is number one for sure.
Gotta be.
It's got to be.
Thank you. I know my sports.
All right. Well, with college football right around the corner, maybe we'll be witnessing another GOAT in training. But for right now, let's get to the favorite part of the podcast here. And that is, of course, CC's Wild Ass Videos. Here we go. It's now time for CC's Wild Ass Videos. Grab your popcorns and get ready as CC takes you on a ride of some of the craziest videos of the week. Take it away, CC.
Wow. That's a pretty good little intro.
Thank you. That was a nice intro.
That's pretty impressive.
That was a nice intro. All right. Let's get into, man, Japanese game shows are for real the most entertaining things to watch. Case in point, this one, Erlatier. Watch this.
Foi dada a largada da sarrada da paixão. Aonde esse mundo vai parar? Esse é Mitaco Taduro e ele precisa sarrar com muito amor até o coração chegar na sua amada de brinquedo. Achou que já tinha visto de tudo? Hoje não. Mitaco Taduro sarra em grande velocidade como nunca havia sarrado antes em sua vida. Apesar que para participar de um negócio desse na cidade, imagino que ele não tenha sarrado muito. Os amigos estão felizes por ele encontrar o grande amor. Mitaco Taduro vai chegando no final. Sarra pela última vez e chegou! De brinquedo abre.
Japanese game shows.
I love
them. We go to our buddy. Well, our buddy, I would say, whatever. But Alex Jones, of course.
Oh God.
He he says some things weird that comes out of his mouth, and this is a case in point where he says President Trump didn't suck off any wieners, and he goes into a rampage here. Here we go.
There's no video of President Trump sucking a ding-dong. And so what if there was? That's a lot better than World War III, Owen. I never sucked any ding-dongs. But I'll tell you, if they were going to blackmail me to start World War III about one, I'd say, hey, I sucked a golf ball through a freaking garden hose.
Didn't you already tell Der Spiegel that?
No, the son of a bitch walked in there in my own office when I'd splattered stuff on myself and I was changing shirts. He goes, oh, that's a good shot. Let's get your shirts. And then he goes, I go, hey, have some of this chicken and sausage. So technically I said, Jones offered me his sausage. Yeah, give me a break, you son of a bitch. I like women, not men. And if I liked men, I'd be proud of it. I'd have a line of them. But I ain't ever been in bed with no man. I've been in bed with probably 300 women. And you sons of bitches sit there and you play these games, and I'm sick of it.
He goes on a rant.
So, there you go. Yeah, that's our buddy Alex Jones.
That's not my buddy. Crazy shit.
ESPN Columbia. I don't, like I say, I find these videos everywhere on Instagram and in Reels, but some of these videos are just hilarious. This is from ESPN Columbia. I want you to keep an eye on the guy on the bottom left-hand corner here, because something is about to fall on him. Watch and learn. Oh, Jesus.
What the fuck? What the hell?
Oh, Jesus. That panel just came down on him, and he almost decapitated him. But
yeah, somebody got fired.
From what we understand, he was on that Colombian cocaine, and he was
fine. He busted through it.
Yeah. This lady had a little bit too much on a boat trying to get off. Here we go.
Somebody save her soul.
Yeah, she is. Oh, God. Ow. Into the water she goes. Into the water she goes. Cleveland is crazy, bro, especially at night. This is a perfect example of stay as far away from Cleveland as possible. This gets weird. Watch this.
Peter.
Shit, Cook. Goddamn. Oh, shit, soda, Cook. Hey, Cook,
what the hell?
Cook, we got the goddamn miniature car here.
Mini car comes out of nowhere.
What the fuck going on, Cook? Only in Cleveland.
This is Cleveland, folks.
Cook, that bitch running. Oh, shit, he sliding that bitch, soda, Cook. That bitch running off of 3 AAA batteries, soda. That bitch running off of vegetable oil, power steering fluid.
Jesus.
Where you find shit?
I just find them on the internet, man. This is what the internet provides for us for pure entertainment.
It's fake news.
And I don't remember seeing this on any And One tapes, but this crossover on this poor guy was so bad that his shorts came down, and it's just ruthless. Watch this.
Crossed over,
shorts down, G-strings out.
That's scripted, bro.
I don't know. And of course, our buddy, Mr. Trump, taking an applause to his African American friends. Here we go.
God. Look at my African American over here. Look at him. Are you the greatest? Do you know what I'm talking about? Okay.
Look at him.
Look at him. Look at my African American friends over there. I tell you, it's tremendous. It's absolutely
sounds so shitty, bro. Like he's the only person in the world that can say it like that and get away with it.
Right. Real quick, this is the last one here, then we'll wrap it up. Have you ever heard of the new hit song Mosquito Rap?
No, but I'm sure it's great.
It's great. Here we go.
Chilling outside eating Cheetos. Chilling with my nigga, we was sipping on some Tito's. Trying to figure out how we was about to get some free codes. Next thing you know, we got jumped by some mosquitoes. One was on my arm, one was on my leg. 2 was on my ear, 3 was on my head. My bro said, damn, bro, you turning red. I killed 4, they came back. I thought they was dead. I shot 1 that came back and bit up my neck. On top of that, it was hot. I'm starting to sweat. It was 100 of them bitches. I'm fighting a set. I'm about to start shooting these bitches, bro. Give me the tech. I had a bump on my nose that was big as hell. I had a bump on my arm that was big as well. Even a bump on my eye, you couldn't even tell. So many bumps, goddamn, I just wanna yell. I ain't even gonna lie, them bitches caught me slipping. Slid up on me real quick and just got to tripping. Bro took off on me, just got the dipping. I started throwing off my clothes, just got the stripping.
There we go. Mosquito Rap. But yes, I have heard the new Eminem album. I guess we can't call them CDs anymore because we don't buy CDs. So it's got to be album.
Cassette tape.
What is that?
Recent cassette that just came out.
Yeah. The recent LP, the Marshall
Dude.
Mathers LP.
That song "Fuel," where he has a little line in there about P. Diddy. I'm talking about lyrically, he's a genius, bro. Like you say, think whatever you want about him, but you cannot deny the fact he's probably one of the coldest MCs ever.
Yeah. No, you're right. Absolutely. And
he says R-A-P-E-R, and then he says he didn't just leave out a P, did he? Like, come on, bro. Like, the play on words is tremendous.
Absolutely tremendous.
I don't like him. I don't like him, but that was very ill.
That was very ill. Very ill. I saved this for you. This is, I found the video of all videos, and I saved this especially for you because this is our favorite all-time clip. Do you know which one I'm talking about?
The guy talking to his wife?
No.
Nope. No?
Monday Night Football, bro.
Monday Night Football. Oh, with Richard Sherman?
I just want to kiss you.
Oh, Joe Namath. Play it, bro.
There we go.
What does it mean to you? What does it mean to you now when the team is struggling?
I want to kiss you. I couldn't care less about the team struggling. I want to kiss you.
I don't care if the team's struggling. I just want to kiss you. I tell you what, that's Susie Colbert.
It's Susie Colbert. I like her hat. I love it. Tremendous hat.
All right, real quick before we head out. Fantasy football is around the corner. Are we doing a fantasy football draft?
Money,
huh?
I need your fantasy money, bro.
Okay. The defending champ. Defending champ, bro. I'm
about to say, you should be in for free, right?
Defending champ. I mean,
I shouldn't have to pay for it.
Any favorites? Any locks, so to speak?
Bro, let me tell you right now.
Because like I said, sorry, but so many moves over the past of the off season. It's like who's on whose team now? It's just so many moves now.
That's where I was going with.
Can't really keep up.
I have had a wife that was pregnant for 9 months and then a newborn baby. I couldn't even tell you. I had to cancel my cable subscription, so I don't have ESPN. So I'm talking about like I don't know anything that's happened this offseason. So when it comes down to it, I'm gonna need the mock draft. I'm just gonna have to check out the list and see who went where.
Yeah. Okay.
But I like Kirk Cousins.
You do like Kirk Cousins.
I like Kirk Cousins, man.
I'm a man.
That's how I feel right now, bro.
Yeah.
I'm 40. I'll be 40 this month, man. September. Yeah, I'm feeling old as dirt, bro.
So we're gonna be doing the or the fantasy football draft on here like we did last year.
I just was texting with the family the other day about it. It's on. It's on for sure.
I like it. Yes.
Somebody's got to beat your ass this year. I'm gonna sweep you this season for sure. Everyone. How many years you been playing? You had to finally win at least once. Like your team was good. Your team was good. I'll say it once, and that's it. Your team was good. Okay?
No, you're gonna say it more than that. You should have had we should have had a. You do a. What do they do to the guy that gets in last place? They make him do a bet or something like that.
Tattoo or something.
I'm still going. I'm coming back with Team Ayahuasca because last year when I had Team Ayahuasca, my quarterback went down 2 plays into the season and tore his Achilles. And
that's my long shot AFC team.
Yes, I do like if he can not tear his Achilles,
he's good.
He's good.
Yeah, that team's really good. They
really are,
pieces, man.
I felt bad. I really did feel bad. I don't like Aaron Rodgers as a human being, but as a football player and a fantasy general manager, I want that guy on my team.
I'm telling you, bro, you got to put your differences aside and just roll with them. That team's gonna be good, man.
Yeah.
USA.
Speaking of USA, I was watching the Olympics earlier this morning, and I feel like me and you can be Olympic champions.
Archery.
No, I was watching synchronized diving. I think we can dominate synchronized diving.
We would look ridiculous. We would look like Penn and Teller up there, bro. Like, no.
China.
No, there's some controversy going on with the Olympics right now, man. I don't want to get too into it, but
Right.
there's they did a little something the other day that a lot of people really care for, man.
I don't understand why they're
It's
letting
drag queen stuff,
transsexuals enter.
That's what I'm talking about. Chicks with dicks during
I don't
swimming.
understand why Brittany Griner is on Team USA men's basketball. She should be playing for Russia.
She's a communist.
Congratulations goes out to Brittany Griner, by the way. He is having a baby. She wants to be called Papa. So yeah, they're having a baby. So what?
What? Is this a real story?
Yeah, it's a real story.
Okay. Congrats.
There you go.
That baby's gonna be tall.
Emotional damage.
That fucked me up, bro. I'm a little confused right this minute, but okay. I don't even know what to say to that. This is all shocking news you're telling me right now.
Did you watch the ceremonies of the Olympics by chance?
I watched a little bit of it.
Did you watch Celine Dion's performance?
No, I didn't.
No, Celine Dion did knock it out of the park. I'm not going to lie.
Did she?
Yes, she really did. It was a great performance, considering the fact that, she's got that thing going on that, that made her retire from singing. But yeah, she knocked it out of the park. She was up there on the Eiffel Tower, knocked it out of the park. So it was a good opening ceremony, I think. The funny part was, Team USA and LeBron James holding up the American flag and getting poured on with rain the entire time.
Hey, serious question.
Yeah.
Serious question. Do you think, in our life growing up, when the Olympics come around, it's always been a huge deal, man. Like, it is the way to represent your country.
Right.
We all take it very personal when we don't win. We want us to bring home the most gold. Do you think that the Olympics has lost a little bit of that steam that they once had? Like, do you think it's recognized in America, in other words, as important of a thing as what it once was?
No, and I'll tell you why. Because let's be honest, we're not as dominant as we was.
That's true.
Look at basketball, for example. The Dream Team in '92 were so dominant, so freaking dominant. But you know what they did? They influenced a bunch of people around the world to become basketball players, and now we're seeing that with different countries. Spain, Slovenia with Luka, and all these different European countries now are getting better, and it's harder for Team USA now to have blowout wins. So we're not as dominant as we were, and I think that's why, as Americans, we like to be the dominant country, and we're not. Be honest with you.
Do you think it has more to do with other countries really raising the bar and getting up to our level? You don't think it has anything to do with America kind of shifting their pride a little bit?
No, I don't think it has anything to do with that.
Other countries are catching up.
I think other countries are catching up, and they're getting better at their sport. And at the end of the day, it's a sporting event. It has nothing to do with your pride or anything. It's sports. And I think a lot of the countries have stepped up their sporting game, and they've just risen up to, like I said, look at Team USA now in the basketball. They struggled. They are struggling to win. 92 Dream Team, they win by 50, no problem.
Think about when Michael Phelps went off that year in the Olympics. Do you think more people would have tuned in to watch that, or more people tune in to watch just the Super Bowl?
Oh, definitely the Super Bowl.
But that's what I'm saying. The ideal of unity, the country, the dominance should be more on the Olympic side. But as Americans, we look at our football as more important than something that only happens every 4 years. I don't know.
Yeah. What's your what's your favorite, summer or winter Olympics?
I like Summer Olympics.
Do you?
Yeah, I know a lot of people like the Winter Olympics, bobsledding and all the jumps and everything, but they got the X Games now, and like I know
the timing is not good, but I wish I know we get the World Baseball Classic, but I wish we had baseball in the Olympics. I really do.
That'd be awesome.
But we do, but they sort of do with MLB having the World Baseball Classic every 4 years like that. But how great would it have been? And it's in the middle of the baseball season, so they can't really stop the season for the Olympics.
If USA would lose in that so bad, bro, every single player
they tried it in the early 90s, but it was just college kids.
Yeah,
and because of the season going on during the same time. So the only thing that they had to do is get college kids, and they would get smoked.
Though. The MLB it's so diverse, man. You don't have like teams that are just solid filled with American citizens. You have teams with guys from Dominican Republic. You got guys from Cuba. You got guys from everywhere. I mean, I'll say this. Baseball is the most inclusive when it comes to players from all over the world.
Right.
Some of the greatest players that are in the league are from Japan.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know, man. I wish they did it in the Olympics, but I don't think our team would be that dominant.
Yeah, maybe. We'd definitely be in the bronze medal game, I think.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Depends on if the Grom's on the mound. Yeah.
We're going to end on that. I want to thank everybody for tuning in to the show. Make sure you check out our social medias down below. You can find us at The Sports Bras 21 or The Sports Bras Podcast. I apologize on that one. You can find us on there. Check out MrFbombs.com if you like to throw some F-bombs towards somebody that you want to make a joke or you just don't like. Go to MrFbombs.com. Throw them some F-bombs their way. If you'd like to donate to the show, C-Note 2482 is the Cash App. You can find us there. Donate to the show. We gladly appreciate that. And if you have any roofing and construction needs to your house, call my boy Perry at Payline Construction and Roofing. He's actually doing my floors today because we had an issue with our hardwood floors. So shout out to Perry. Thank you for redoing my floors. Fun times, I'm telling you. Anywho, with that said, Keith, you got anything else before we head out today?
Oh, man, just glad to be back. You got a couple of really good baseball games today, and watch a little bit of the Olympics. Then back to hell tomorrow, Monday morning hell.
The Olympics and football is right around the corner, my friend. It's right around the corner. So with that said, send us on home, my friend.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank y'all for tuning in to another excellent episode of the Sports Bras.
And never, ever forget, guys, you can't run, but you can't hide unless you're Brittany Griner trying to be
don't do it.
A father.
Don't do that. What? How are you going to end the show on that?
What? I'm just saying.
He's gonna beat your ass, bro.
Probably. What a sweet post game.
I'd pay good money to see that.
We'll see you guys next week. Have a good one, everybody.
Yosh.